Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in the previous video we saw the MySQL select statement as well as we solved 3 weather station problems from HackerRank. So today we will be continuing the weather station problem number 4 and we will work our way up to problem statement number 10. So again, all the problem statement links will be in my description. You can directly access those problem statements. And I think you have your HackerRank account ready. So open up your HackerRank and let's get started. So coming to the weather observation station 4 problem, which states that find the difference between the total number of city entries in the table and the number of distinct city entries in the table. Okay, so for this you have to use the MySQL aggregate function, which is count, which will count the city entries and count the distinct city entries, and then use the minus operator to find the difference between the two. So let's just use Oracle for this and solve this. So it will go something like select count, and again in bracket you have to give the column name city and minus operator for the difference, and again the count, but this time distinct city, and your table name is station. So from station, and that is it. Let's just run this, and there you go, you have your output, which is 13. So that was your aggregate function in MySQL. Using count you can find out the number of city entries as well as the distinct city entries, and it's up to you if you want to add it or subtract it. Okay, so moving on to the next question, weather observation station 5 problem, and this problem states that query the two city in station with the shortest and longest city names as well as their respective lengths. So that is number of characters in the name. If there is more than one smallest or largest city, choose the one that comes first and then ordered alphabetically. Okay, so I think by looking at this statement you can understand you will have to use the limit, because here it is asking you to get like this. Okay, yeah, you can see in the sample output it should return only one output right here. So I think you'll be using limit for this, and by seeing the order I think it is asking us by the smallest and then the largest city order. So you have to use the order by in MySQL. Okay, so let's just start with MySQL and solve this. What else it wants? Okay, it is asking me to display the smallest and the largest character as well, which is 3 and 4. Okay, so I think the statement will go something like you have to select the city and the length, I think. Yep, this is asking the city names as well as their respective lengths. So we have the length operator in MySQL to get the length of the city. So I think it will go something like select city and then you have the length. So you can use the length, length of the city, and let me see the table again. Yeah, this is from the station table. So you will use station, but you have to order this. So I'll use order by the length first. So again the length operator, so length of the city first and then it is ordered by the city, and this you need an ascending order, and then you have to limit the result by 1. So we are using limit 1. Okay, so that was for the first output. For the second output you need the length of the city in ascending order, but the city should be first and then the length. So for that the statement will have no changes, but the order by will be in descending order to get that. So you have to just copy the same statement and paste it again here, but instead of ascending order change it to DSC, which is descending order, and again you have to limit this statement by 1. I think this should work. Let's just try and run this. because the first statement should return the ascending order. Okay, there's some problem here. What did we do wrong? Length of city is same but in descending. Oh yeah, we don't want this city again, we just need this length of city in descending order. So let's just run this, and again we are limiting the value by 1, so I think this should work. Okay, so you can see here the shortest one and the longest length, and here you have in the ascending and here you have in the descending order. So you can have a look at the query again. First is city in ascending and again the length of city in descending. Both are limited by 1 and you are ordering them by the city length. Pretty straightforward. Moving on to the next question. Now coming to weather observation station 6 problem, and it states that query the list of city names starting with vowels A, E, I, O, U from station. Your result cannot contain any duplicates. Okay, so by this you can get the hint we have to use the distinct, and since this is starting with some letters, in this case vowels, in MySQL we have the wildcards. So we can use the regular expression in MySQL to solve this. I think that will be the shortest way to tackle this problem. So let's just select MySQL, select distinct because no duplicate values, distinct city from table name is station, using the where clause, regexp for regular expression, and here where city, the regular expression syntax is something inside the quotes, and we have the A, E, I, O, U as the vowels. So you have to define its the property given here is it is starting with the vowel. So for starting we have the symbol which goes like this, and here you have to mention A, and then you have to use the bitwise or in MySQL we say it as the pipe operator. So use the pipe like this. So A, again you have to enter the E and give the pipe, and it goes like this. O, again the pipe, starting with U. So this is the syntax for the regular expression. Now you can just remember the pipe operator, which is like the OR. So starting with A or E, I, O, U, like this. Semicolon to end this. Let's just run this. And yeah, there you go. So this is the shortest way, or the wildcard SQL operator, to find the solution. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Coming to weather observation station problem 7, and this is also the same as station number 6 problem, but instead of starting with the vowel it is ending with the vowels A, E, I, O, U, and again cannot contain any duplicate values. So again we'll be using MySQL wildcards, which is the regular expression. So I have the statement ready here because it's the same, and I'll just explain you in a bit. So you are again selecting the distinct cities, and the table is the same station, but instead of using the this operator, you are using the dollar operator, because this dollar states that it is ending with the vowel. So again using the pipe you are separating these values, and inside the quote you are giving the expression. So it is A, E, I, O, U, but ending. As you can see in the statement it states ending with the vowels A, E, I, O, U. So let's just run this and check. And small tip guys, yeah, so this is working. So now we have the weather station problem 8, and this is the mixture of the problem number 6 and the 7 actually. So you have to query the list of names from the station table where it is starting and as well as ending with the starting and the ending characters as A, E, I, O, U. So it is starting with the vowels as well as ending with the vowels, and the table remains the same. So we'll use MySQL for this, and let's begin our query. So again you have to select the distinct because no duplicate values are allowed. So select distinct from station and where city regexp for regular expression, and we have the previous statement right here. So this stands for it is starting with the A, E, I, O, U vowels, and city regexp and as well as it is ending with the A, E, I, O, U vowels. There you go, ending with the semicolon. So let me just explain this statement. What happens here is the where clause will check whether the wildcard for the starting with vowels, and again check the city wildcard ending with the vowels. So the dollar represents values ending with A, E, I, O, U, and this operator explains the starting of A, E, I, O, U. So that is it. Let's just run this code. I hope this is correct. Okay, so we have some error right now. Let me just check where did I go wrong. Yeah, crazy. So we didn't mention the column actually. So it's select distinct city and then, okay, my bad. Let's just run this again. And this time this should work. Yeah, there you go. This is correct. Okay, moving on to the next question. Now we have the weather observation station problem number 9. So query the list of city names from station that do not start with the vowel, and your result cannot contain any duplicate values. So this is basically asking us to negate the wildcard in MySQL. So you can use the not operator for this. So that will just negate or give the not value of the previous statement. So I think we have the statement right here. It's very simple. There's a small change in the previous statement. You have to use the not. So select distinct city from station where city not in this. So where city will not start with the vowel. Pretty simple. Let's just run this. This should work. And there you go. So all these, if you look at the names carefully, none of them are starting with any vowels. S, N, G, T, M, B, D, J. Yup. Okay, so moving on to the last question, which is the weather observation station 10. And coming to the last question, weather observation station 10, and this is also the same as the problem 9, which is asking which does not end with the vowel. So we solved the previous problem where it does not start with the vowel. So this will be the same using the negation or the not operator in MySQL. You can simply solve this. So go back to your previous query and just paste it with the not operator, which will give you the negation of the value. So select distinct city from the table station where it is not ending with this vowel in the table, in the column city. So let's just run this. This will be the last question for this video, and we will continue. Yep. So this is correct. Okay, so that was a wrap for this video, and in the next video we will continue the weather observation station 11, and see you in the next one.